The water never argues with the rocks. It does not resist. It does not complain. It flows. It moves over, under, and around every obstacle in its path. It knows that even the hardest stone cannot stand forever against its persistence. Over time, the rock changes shape and the water remains free. Prosperity works the same way. It moves easily when you stop blocking it. When you step out of its way, when you clear the inner dams you may not even know you built, supply starts to move again. Like water cleans the body, this practice cleans the unseen parts of you. It rinses fear, doubt, and heavy emotion from your mind and your energy so money can find an open path to you. Picture a quiet river at dawn. Mist holds to the surface. Early light touches small ripples. You hear only the soft sound of water meeting the shore. That sound is steady movement. It was here before you were born, and it will be here after you are gone. This is flow, and flow carries a message. Nothing is truly stuck. However tangled life looks, there is a current that can lift you into a better reality. So the real question is not, does the current exist? The question is, have you opened a channel for it to reach you? Today we will turn a simple glass of water into a money tool, not as a superstition, not as a trick, as a living symbol of movement and renewal. You may already have water next to you and never realized it could be the thing that shifts your finances. Water is everywhere. It is in your home, your body, and even the air. It has been waiting for directions from you. Water reflects what is above it, and it also reflects what you put into it. Your words, your clear intention, and your calm feeling can turn ordinary water into a carrier that brings prosperity toward you. Consider this idea in plain terms. Water remembers. Many people across time have believed and practiced this. Science is only beginning to explore it, while spiritual traditions have taught it for ages. In many cultures, people blessed water before important moments, used it to anoint leaders, and carried it from special springs for protection and healing. In those homes, water was not treated as just water. It was a listener that held the meaning of the words spoken over it. This is why speaking to water with faith matters. You are not talking to a random liquid. You are giving a message to a helper. When you drink it, that message enters your body. When you sprinkle it, it moves through your space. When you keep it close, it settles into your field. Used with clear intention, it becomes a simple, honest way to clear resistance and invite increase. Most money problems are not only about numbers, they are often about what is sitting inside you: fear, doubt, resentment, guilt. These are like heavy silt at the bottom of a stream. They cloud the water and slow it down. They whisper that you do not deserve, that you will fail, or that wealth is unsafe. They can build up so slowly, you do not see it happening, and one day the current is barely moving. But water shows us that no blockage is final. It finds a crack. It seeps through. It wears down even a wall. So start simple. Imagine yourself in your kitchen with a clear glass of water. Light hits the surface and it looks like liquid crystal. You breathe. You speak. Steady and calm. Not loud, not desperate. Like someone whose words matter. You say what you are ready to allow. And when you drink, you are not just hydrating. You are lining up your whole being with a higher stream. The inner shift always comes before the outer result. That is why this works. You are not begging prosperity to come. You are choosing it and installing its pattern. You place that pattern in the water and let it fill you. It is direct. It is gentle. It is powerful because it is consistent and clear. If you are new here, stay with us as we walk these principles in real life. If these teachings serve you, your support, small or large, helps this message reach more people who need it. But remember this above all: prosperity is not a one-time act. It is a relationship with the flow of life. Some days the surface looks still and you may wonder if anything is moving. Underneath, it always is. We are going to travel into the heart of this practice together, the how and the why, so that a glass of water never looks ordinary to you again. Breathe, clear your mind, step into the current. The story and the steps are just ahead. It has always been here with you, in your home, in your body, even in the breath you exhale. Water is waiting for direction. It mirrors what is above it, and it also mirrors what you place within it. Your words, your clear intention, and the calm feeling behind them can turn a simple glass into a current that carries supply toward you. Think about this in the simplest way. Water can hold an imprint. For a long time, people have treated it that way. Many traditions blessed water before important moments. They used it to anoint leaders. They drew it from springs and kept it for protection and healing. In those homes, water was not treated as a plain drink. It was a quiet witness to the words spoken over it. Florence taught that your word is your wand. When you speak into water with faith, you are not chatting with a liquid. You are giving instructions to a messenger. That messenger can travel into your body when you drink it. It can move through your space when you sprinkle it. It can settle in your field when you keep it close. Used with steady intention, it becomes a simple way to clear resistance and invite increase. Now we speak about the real blocks. A lack of money is often not about numbers. It is about the weight you carry inside. Fear, doubt, resentment, guilt. These settle like silt at the bottom of an inner stream. They cloud the water and slow the flow. They whisper that you are undeserving, that you will fail, or that wealth is unsafe. They build layer by layer so quietly that one day the current is barely moving. Water shows the answer. No wall is final. It finds the crack. It seeps through. It wears down the stone. Picture yourself in your kitchen with a clear glass in your hand. Light touches the surface so it looks like liquid crystal. You breathe slowly. You speak in a steady voice, not loud and not rushed, as someone who knows their words matter. You say, I release all blocks. I allow abundance to flow now. You can feel the words land. And when you drink, you are not only hydrating your body, you are aligning your whole being with a higher stream. Florence said the spiritual goes first and the material follows. Before money shows up in your hand, it shows up in your vibration. Before an open door appears, it is drawn by the tone you hold. That is why this simple act works. You are not begging for prosperity. You are wearing it. You are placing its pattern in the water and allowing that pattern to fill you. If you are here for the first time, stay with us as we walk these principles in daily life. If these teachings help you, your support helps this message reach more people who need it. But remember the heart of the lesson. Prosperity is not a one-time moment. It is a relationship with flow. There will be days when the surface looks still and you wonder whether anything is moving. Under the surface, it always is. We are going to move into the center of this practice. Not only the steps, but the reason they work. When you see the link between your word and the water, a glass on your table will never feel ordinary again. Take a long breath. Let your mind clear. Step a little closer to the current that is already moving in your favor. The simple method and the first small shift are next. There is a story that shows what happens when you stop fighting the flow and work with it. Her name was Evelyn. She was not rich. She was tired from worry that lived deep in her bones. Bills stacked on the kitchen counter. The phone made her chest jump because it was often a collector. She lived in survival mode, always cutting, always counting, always trying to last one more month. One evening, she read a line from Florence Scovel Shinn. "Your word is your wand. It is not only what you say to other people, it is what you speak into life itself. Words are seeds, and they bring forth after their kind." Evelyn had no extra money, no special tools, no lucky break, no big network. But she had water, and she had her voice, so she began. Each morning before she touched her phone or looked at her to-do list, she poured a glass of water, held it in both hands, and spoke into it. At first, her voice shook. "I am open to receive abundance. I drink in prosperity now." She felt silly. She did it anyway. She drank slowly and pictured the water carrying those words into every cell. She saw her bloodstream as bright rivers carrying supply to every part of her life. The first week, nothing seemed to change. The bills were still there. The phone still rang. She kept going. Each day, her voice grew a little steadier. She noticed her posture change while she held the glass. Shoulders back, chin lifted. Her body acted as if the moment was sacred. By the third week, something moved. A company she had applied to months ago called her. They had a new opening and wanted an interview. It was not just any job. It was the kind of role she had once dreamed of but never thought she could have. She got the offer. Her income doubled. In 6 months, she cleared her debt and started saving. When she tells it now, she does not say the water was magic. She says the water turned into more when joined with her words, her faith, and her steady practice. The water was her witness. It carried her message into her own subconscious day after day until the belief that she was meant to struggle dissolved. She did not just speak into water. She spoke into herself, and she changed. This is how aligning the physical and the spiritual works. A glass of water is not a fancy altar. Its strength is its simplicity. Florence taught that the simple reaches the subconscious best. Water is clean and receptive. It takes on the vibration you give it. When you drink it after you speak, you are saying to your whole system, "I have received," not as a wish, but as a fact. Some will ask, is this only positive thinking? It is more direct than that. You are charging a physical element with a clear intention, the same way ancient people blessed oil or bread or wine before an offering. The act builds a bridge between the unseen and the seen. Walk that bridge often and it grows strong. What starts as a tender thought becomes a steady current that rearranges the pieces of your life to match it. Let this settle in. Your current situation is not fixed. It may feel heavy, even stuck, like big stones in a riverbed. But the river wears stones smooth. Every glass you speak over is another small wave against what blocks you. The wave does its work. You do not need to force the how, and you do not need to control the time. Your job is to keep the water moving. Before the steps, remember this truth. A glass of water is a mirror for your state. Treat it like a partner, not a prop. Picture early morning. The world is quiet, the light is soft, the day has not taken shape. You walk to your water. You choose a glass with care. Not because the glass is magic, but because this tells your mind this moment matters. You pour slowly. Listen to the sound. Wrap both hands around the glass. Feel the cool surface. Let your palms warm it. Imagine that warmth turning into light, moving from your hands into the water. Close your eyes to open your inner sight. See the life you are about to declare. See bills paid. See doors open. See yourself saying yes without fear. Feel relief and gratitude now, not later. In this moment, you are not asking for something to come. You are meeting what already belongs to you. Now speak. Use the present tense. The subconscious works in the now. Say, I am overflowing with abundance. Money flows to me easily and in perfect ways. Say, I live in constant supply and every door I need opens for me. Keep your voice steady. You are not trying to convince anyone. You are declaring truth. See your words enter the water. Picture ripples of light moving through every drop. You may even notice the water feels different in your hands. This is not fantasy for escape. It is imagination for creation. Many people have noticed that water can form patterns under sound and intention. Debates exist, but those who practice watch their lives change. You are writing a living code into the water. Drink slowly with respect. Notice each sip. Follow it with your awareness as it moves into your body. Say within, I am filled with abundance. I am nourished by supply. When the glass is empty, the ritual part is complete. Now comes the part most people miss, release. Do not grab for proof. Do not keep checking how or when. Walk through your day as if what you declared is already on its way, because it is. This is faith. Faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing. The spoken word sets in motion the chain of events that brings your decree into form. Your work now is to stay aligned with what you spoke. Guard the clarity you just created. Doubt is like pouring ink into clear water. It clouds what you made. Keep the water clear. If fear rises, return to your sentence and breathe. Stand, speak once, and move on with quiet confidence. There was a man named Samuel who had been stuck in the same job for more than 10 years. Underpaid, overworked, always told times were tough. He had agreed with struggle. He tried the water ritual not because he believed in it, but because he had nothing to lose. On the third day, as he held the glass, a calm certainty rose in him. He knew his situation was temporary. That afternoon, he updated his resume for the first time in years. A week later, a friend called about a position that was not yet posted. He applied, interviewed, and accepted an offer at twice his old salary. He said the real miracle was not the job. It was the moment he stopped seeing himself as trapped. That moment began when he held the glass and declared his worth out loud. Let it be this simple for you. Speak clearly, drink slowly, release completely, then walk like someone whose word is already at work. Your ritual can be simple or detailed. You can light a candle or sit in quiet. You can stand in sunlight or rest in the dark. You can use tap water, filtered water, or rainwater you saved in a jar. None of these details matter more than your energy. The ritual works because you choose to make it sacred, and the water answers that choice. You can do this in the morning to set the tone for your day, or at night, so your subconscious carries it into sleep, where creation takes root. If you can, speak your words out loud. Let your voice carry the vibration. If you must be silent, speak in your mind with the same certainty you would use if the whole world could hear you. The key is not volume. The key is your calm knowing. Do not treat this like a chore to check off. It is an act of care for yourself. It is you honoring your right to prosper. When you hold the glass, you are holding more than water. You are holding a picture of a life that already belongs to you in the unseen. Each sip reminds you that you are not powerless and that you do not need to wait for the world to change first. You are shaping it from the inside out. We will go deeper into why this simple act bridges thought and result, and why water has been honored for thousands of years. The surface may look still, but the current under it is already moving you toward a richer life. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that nothing outside shifts until the inner pattern shifts. The fastest way to change the inner pattern is not force, it is alignment. Water reflects this truth. When you look at water, you see clear or cloudy, still or moving, calm or disturbed. Your life shows the same mirror. The water ritual is not only about bringing money, it is about tuning your whole self to the note of abundance so money has a clean path to arrive. Imagine a quiet temple. In the center sits a basin of clear water. People speak blessings over it. They do this because water receives the spoken word and carries it. Civilizations that lasted understood this. When Florence wrote that the word becomes flesh, she pointed to the same truth. Thought and sound leave a mark on matter. Water receives that mark easily. Researchers have watched how water can form beautiful patterns when exposed to kind words and gentle sound, and how it turns messy when fed words of fear or hate. Some will argue about how or why. The point is simple. Water listens. It remembers. And when you drink it, its memory becomes part of you. This is why the ritual is so strong for money. You drink your declaration. It travels in your blood. It feeds your cells. It shows up in how you feel and how you act. Here is a story Florence would have loved. A woman named Evelyn was in debt for years. She had read books and taken practical steps. Nothing moved. Income was small. Every time she made progress, a surprise bill set her back. One evening, she tried the water ritual. It sounded too simple, but hope nudged her to act. She poured a glass, held it, and said, "I am fully provided for. My debts melt like sugar in this water." She drank slowly and pictured each swallow washing away the weight of owing. She did this morning and night, not as a plea, but as a quiet decision that things were already turning. 6 weeks later, a legal matter she had forgotten about paid out a settlement. It cleared all her debts and left a small cushion. More than the money, she felt light again. The heaviness left before the funds arrived. That is the heart of the work. You are not trying to force an outcome. You are agreeing with a truth that has been yours all along. Water helps because it conducts the message. It carries your word into you and reminds you through the day of what you have spoken. Florence would say, "Do not be fooled by appearances. They are only the result of what you believed yesterday." The water ritual plants new belief today, so tomorrow can look different. And it will. Money, like water, needs to move. If it sits from fear, it goes stale. If you clutch it, you build a dam that blocks fresh inflow. When you let it circulate, when you give, spend, and receive with a calm, grateful heart, you keep the current alive. You can fold this into your water practice in a simple way. When you sip, do not only affirm that you receive, also affirm that you are a joyful channel. Say within yourself that as this water flows into you, your wealth flows through you to bless others and returns multiplied. This shifts your role from a seeker to a source. Fear loosens its grip because you place yourself inside a bigger rhythm. A man named Harold lived with a tight knot in his chest every time he paid a bill. Even when he had enough, anxiety hummed underneath. He began adding one line to his ritual. "I release money with joy, and it returns to me multiplied." At first it felt strange, as if he was tempting fate. He stayed with it. Over time, the sentence took root. He noticed that when he spent without fear, something good often came back. A refund check he had not expected, a new client, a small gift. The pattern of give and receive felt as natural as breathing. He said the water helped anchor this in his body, not just his thoughts. That is an important key. This ritual is not only symbolic, it is physical. You are not just thinking new ideas. You are speaking them, feeling them, and drinking them. Your mind, your words, your emotions, and your body line up and sing the same note. When all of you agrees, life answers quickly. Florence called this speaking the word and acting as if. The water ritual is acting as if in a way even the most skeptical part of you can accept, because it is plain and concrete. Staying steady is what builds power. You would not plant a seed and expect a tree tomorrow. Many people stop after a few days and say it does not work. But each sip and each spoken line is another seed in the ground. Some sprout fast, some take longer. All respond to care. Treat this as a daily appointment with yourself. Give it a real place in your morning or night. You will feel the charge build. Some mornings, a sudden certainty rises. Some afternoons, a small sign appears. Some evenings, gratitude comes without effort. These are not random. They are evidence that the law is in motion. Florence taught that gratitude is the bridge from the unseen to the seen. End your water with thanks. Not thanks that it will happen someday, but thanks that it is already done in the invisible. This seals the pattern so your signal stays clear. A clear signal brings a quick return. As you understand this, the ritual no longer feels like a fix for a problem. It becomes joy. You look forward to it like greeting a dear friend. The glass turns into a symbol of partnership between you and the divine. You begin to notice changes not only in your account, but in how you stand and speak and choose. You say yes without the old fear. You move with quiet, ease. This is the larger wealth Florence pointed to. Money is part of it, but the deeper gift is the freedom to live without dread. Keep your practice human and simple. If doubts appear, let them pass like clouds. Return to your sentence. Breathe. Sip. Give thanks. Let your day carry you forward as if your word is already building the road under your feet, because it is. A practice becomes power when it becomes rhythm. At first, you may need to remind yourself, then something changes. The ritual stops feeling like a fix and starts feeling like the way you begin or close your day. That steady beat is what carries results from the unseen into the seen. Choose a time you can keep. Morning before the world gets loud, or night when your mind grows quiet. The hour matters less than the habit. When you show up at the same time, your body and mind lean forward before you even speak. The moment your hands touch the glass, the field seems to listen. Let it be a pleasure, not a duty. Make the space simple and kind to your senses. Pick a glass you like. Light a small candle or enjoy the silence. Keep a small notebook nearby. After you drink, note the date, the sentence you used, and any feeling or image that came. Over days and weeks, you will see patterns. Some phrases carry more charge. Some mornings feel bright. Outer shifts often arrive in waves that match these inner notes. Seeing this on paper strengthens your faith and keeps the rhythm strong. Resistance will appear. You will be tired, busy, doubtful. These are the most important days to do it anyway. It does not have to be grand. Even a whisper in the dark counts. Each time you do it when you do not feel like it, you train the deeper self to hold course. Florence compared it to a captain steering through fog. He cannot see the shore, but he trusts the compass and keeps moving. Your word is that compass. Keep it pointed at abundance. As the days connect without breaks, you will notice your minutes and choices shifting on their own. You spend with calm instead of fear. You hear yourself stop a sentence of lack in the middle and choose a better one. You walk with quiet authority, as if the floor beneath you is supported by a current. That is identity taking root. You are not trying to become someone abundant. You are remembering that you already are and acting from it. This is why the ritual must be alive. Feel the words, see the picture, taste the water with gratitude. Never let it turn into empty motions. The life is in your presence. The seal is in your thanks. The proof is in the way your day unfolds after you put the glass down. When you keep the appointment daily, you remove the question of if and replace it with the certainty of when. You are not chasing money. You are meeting it halfway every day with your voice and your water, and it meets you. When the inner river clears, prosperity does not have to push to reach you. It moves straight in, as if a gate inside you has been lifted. The supply was always nearby. The latch was on the inside. Now the water ritual shifts from clearing to amplifying. Every word you speak into the glass travels through you with more strength because it no longer fights your old resistance. It is like speaking into a microphone after the static is gone. The signal is clean. It carries far. This is the season when good things seem to arrive in clusters. You overhear a detail that turns into a lead. Someone calls with an opening that fits what you do. Money that was overdue shows up without chasing. None of this is random. It is the law answering a clear broadcast. With each charged glass, you send out the same steady tone. The field around you learns your voice and gathers what matches it. Let the words you speak now hold both speed and safety. Say that money comes quickly and easily and that you receive it with wisdom and joy. Say that you are ready to hold more and that it is safe for you to be wealthy. Many people slow their own blessings because they still feel unworthy or unprepared. Meet that place head on. Let the water carry a new permission through your body until readiness becomes your natural feeling. End each ritual in gratitude. Gratitude seals. It changes a request into a certainty. It tells the law the work is complete. When certainty meets a clear channel, outcomes move fast. You will notice your idea of wealth stretching. It begins with money and widens to time, help, creativity, rest. The same current that brings funds brings people and solutions. Often those bring more money in ways you could not have planned. Do not stop because it is working. Keep the rhythm. A garden that is green today stays green because it is watered again tomorrow. Each glass is another drop in the reservoir that never runs dry. See the water as an instrument of expansion. With every sip, you widen the channel, you strengthen the banks, you invite the current to travel faster. Walk through your day trusting that life is already rearranging itself to match the tone you set at the glass. You are no longer chasing money. Money is finding you. It follows the sound of your decree. It recognizes the steadiness in your energy. And each time you meet the water, you remind the world that the gate is open and the way is clear. There comes a quiet turning when the ritual is no longer something you perform. It is who you are. You speak with the calm of someone who knows their word carries authority. You give without fear. You decide without panic. You pay for what matters with a light heart. You save with ease. The flow moves in and out and multiplies as it moves. Your hands do not clutch, they guide. Your voice does not beg, it declares. Keep the practice alive. Feel your sentence. See the picture. Taste the sip with thanks. That living attention is the power. That steady. Thanks is the seal. The proof is the way doors open and how you step through them without the old hesitation. When doubt tries to speak, let it pass. The seal is stronger than a passing shadow. The light in the water keeps your vessel full. Take your glass now. Speak your decree. Drink as if it is both the first time and the last time. Let it move through you and settle the truth that wealth is your normal. Walk into your day knowing that the river is running, the channels are open, and nothing can stop the current you have agreed with. You are not waiting for the flow. You are the flow. From here, it only widens. If this teaching is helping you live in that steady flow and you want more like it, you can subscribe so you do not miss the next practice. And if you feel led to support the work, a small thank you through the thanks button or becoming a member helps these messages reach those who need them. Either way, carry your water, speak your word, and let your life be the proof.